Hello, welcome to Cookbook Divas Meal Plan Monday. I normally do this live stream much earlier in the day, but today was a crazy, crazy work day. So we're doing it in the evening. Yay! I'm excited to look through some cookbooks that I have not yet looked through on YouTube, where we do focus on cookbooks we just look through the whole thing. We do flip throughs over on our Instagram where we go, so you can kind of see what the inside looks like. We do it better than that, but you get the drift. I'm going to start off the chat for our Amazon friends really quickly over there. If you are shopping for cookbooks, come on over to Amazon Live because I have a shopping carousel down below where you'll be able to click on them and find out more about them and shop for them if you want. We get an affiliate revenue, but not very much per book, so I'm okay not earning it if you go get your book from the library. Welcome to Cookbook Divas Meal Plan Monday. All right, we are broadcasting live to Facebook and YouTube and Amazon Live. We're going to start off looking at some dinner cookbooks really quickly. We're going to chat along the way. I'm going to try to stay hydrated. This is a cup that's in my carousel. I do have to mention that my camera is a Logitech Brio 4K webcam. It's on sale today on Amazon, 35% off. It's $129. It's one of the best webcams on the market. I am gulping water, or what's left of my tea, from my Swiss fluted mug. I like yellow because today was the first sunny day in weeks in my snowy neighborhood. So I think I made it happen by choosing a yellow mug today. Hopefully that worked. These Swiss mugs are on sale, 20% off. Dishwasher safe, microwave safe, and you get a set of 6 different colors, which I like because then my boyfriend and I and guests know whose cup is whose when we're using it. We're going to go through some dinner cookbooks today, chat about our meal plans for the week, and then at the end of the stream, we're going to talk about dessert cookbooks because that's really important. Welcome those of you joining us on Amazon Live, and we have some people watching. Let me see if StreamYard will tell me. Oh, Facebook and YouTube both. Welcome. Please drop a note in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. If there's a particular cookbook you're cooking out of this week or exploring, I have 4 that are due back at the library in 1 week, so I got to get on it. Woo! All right, let's start off with Comfort, a winter cookbook, because at my house it is still 35 degrees during the day and 20-something at night, so I'm still cooking winter comfort foods. By the way, this cookbook is a mere 6% off sale today, $23.49. For those of you that still cook out of paper cookbooks, this is Comfort. It came out this autumn. I love the cover with the oranges and the gilt. Ooh, it's pretty. You'll probably see this in stories a lot on our Instagram because it's so pretty. I love to look at the cover. And it starts off with pictures of snow. The last thing I personally want to see right now because I have a backyard full of snow and dog pee and other things. I'm kind of snowed out. But that's very cozy. And I don't have a fireplace in this house, and I really miss my fireplace. But I do have a Duraflame fake wood stove that's like electric heater, and it's very cozy. This is by Ryland Peters and Small. More than 150 warming recipes for the colder months. Table of contents, it's pretty simple. Snow day snacks, cold day comforts, fireside feasts, winter salads, indulgent treats, and a cup of cheer. I almost want to go to that chapter first, to be honest. Okay, no. Let's go in order. So introduction, I'm not going to read. Snow day snacks. Well, where I live in Eastern Washington, every day is a snow day. Yay! Let me know where you're watching from. So this is a beautifully photographed cookbook. It is painful to look through it when you're hungry, so I ate a big lunch a couple hours ago so that I wouldn't be dying when I'm looking at these with you guys. Creamy pancetta and onion tart, and Parmesan custards with anchovy toasts. The fact that they said custards make me think this is a UK cookbook, possibly. Leek and blue cheese quiche with hazelnut pastry, and something called egg rice pockets, but they don't have a picture of it. And then I haven't had fondue in so long, and it's the perfect winter decadent treat. This is a cheddar and cider fondue recipe, and I actually live in a town that grows lots of apples, and everybody makes cider. I mean, not everybody, but the businesses do. I don't make cider. So I have lots of access to good ciders to put into my fondue. Chicken liver parfait would be a no in my household. My boyfriend cannot handle liver. His mom forced him to eat it as a kid. For years, he's out. But you guys might like that. And a cheese and basil souffle. Now that I would totally make. Yum. Oh, cute kids playing in the snow. This is Sol Goujons. So I'm guessing that means deep fried fish. I'm thinking like fish fingers. Very herby falafel with red pepper hummus. Leek and cheddar mini quiches. Those are cute. Baked goat cheese with herb ciabatta croutons. Now remember, this is the snack chapter, so none of this is necessarily supposed to be a whole meal. Sticky spare ribs with honey and soy glaze. Spiced fried chicken. Oh, I do have to check one thing I forgot before I went live. I have to check one quick email to make sure I'm not supposed to be meeting someone somewhere tonight. Just checking, because if I am, I'm going to have a very short... Okay, good. I can keep live streaming. Was supposed to go to a movie, and one of the other people canceled, and the other person never answered, so now I don't have to go to the movie, which I love movies, but I don't want to drive through the snow to get there at this time of night, so perfect. All right. Spicy bean dip. Spicy pork satay with roasted salted peanut sauce. Sounds good, unless you're allergic to peanuts. Salt cod, potato, and butter bean fritters. Meatballs with spiced tomato sauce. Spicy potatoes. That looks like tapas restaurants that serve patatas bravas. They're usually too spicy for me. This one uses olive oil, sweet potatoes, regular potatoes, garlic, coriander seeds, cumin seeds, smoked paprika, crushed dried chilies, and hot pepper flakes. That's where the spicy comes from. Golden potato crisp with truffle salt. Oh, homemade Parmesan cheese straws. These are cheddar and cracked pepper straws, excuse me. Would you make these at home? I feel like I wouldn't, because it's so easy to find a gourmet food store and just buy a tin of them. But if you were bored one day on a snow day and wanted to bake those, now you have the recipe, and these look amazing. Goat cheese and anchovy palmiers for like a little cocktail party snack. Let's go to the next chapter, cold day comforts. Minestrone with Parmesan rind, cauliflower and Stilton soup. This is a French onion soup. I like making this at home for myself because I am vegetarian, and so I can't have beef broth. And it's really not French onion soup if you don't have beef broth. But I make it for myself, and if I was going to make it for my boyfriend, I would make 2 different crock pots full so he could have real beef broth in his. Corn and pancetta chowder. So nice during winter. Oh, definitely comforting. Split pea and sausage soup. Pea and smoked ham soup with mint. I recently had a vegan navy bean soup made for me, and the chef, who is like a world-class chef that decided to come live in this tiny town and cook for 700 people town, he made a vegan soup with some kind of fake meat bacon, and it was very smoky tasting, and I haven't really had soup like that before because I don't eat meat. It was pretty good. I don't usually like smoky flavors, but I was so impressed. Apple, parsnip, and thyme soup. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to grow thyme in a window in a little pot. I can't repot it because there's no potting soil available in town right now. Any tips? Anybody a kitchen gardener? I need help. Vietnamese beef pho. And this is seafood tom yum. Poppy seed and garlic bagel toasts. What are these? It looks like these are, taleggio and sage focaccia rolls? No? Well, maybe. I wish they would list which is which item. That's kind of a confusing part of this cookbook. Not my favorite part of it. But look at this gorgeous food photography. But again, I wish they had a little notation on the page for which recipe is that. I can probably figure it out. It's some kind of grilled cheese or cheesy toast. It is cheesy toast. Vegetable gratin with fresh herbs and goat cheese. I have a whole bunch of little dishes like this that are by the company that made this mug, Suisse. It would be so fun to have a dinner party and serve some bubbles, which I just happen to have on my desk. Long story short, I'm a wine blogger. Anyway, everybody could have their own individual portion, and then you serve a really crisp green salad with maybe some slivered apples and radishes to get the bite, and then everyone has a little salad and one of these and some bubbles, which pairs very well with gratins like this. And then everyone has room for dessert, and they have their veggies, they have their protein. I think it would be a perfect idea. Let's skip ahead. Mashed potato pie with bacon leeks and cheese. Hey, how come nobody's chatting? I got at least 15 people watching on all my platforms. Say hello, please. I'm just sitting here talking to myself. Oh, vegetarian option. Barley risotto with mushrooms and goat cheese. I bet everybody's eating dinner. Fireside Feast chapter. Those of you just joining us or looking through Comfort, a winter cookbook. Extra crispy macaroni and cheese. Now, not everybody likes a crispy top on their mac and cheese. Some people want it really soft and gooey. I like crispy on the top. They also have a recipe for tuna noodle casserole, which I'm assuming is that. I see olives, though. Nope, that's an artichoke mushroom and olive pasta bake with provolone. Yum. This is a sausage, pasta, and green bean stew with greens. Well, let's skip ahead a little. Oh, chicken pot pie with tarragon and leeks. So this would be a good thing to make if you just have 2 or 3 people in your family, because you're going to have leftovers and they're going to be even better the second day. Yum. This is smoked haddock, i.e. fish, and potato gratin. Love this cookbook. The photos are amazing. Tamale pie. Another thing I have to make at home for myself because I'm vegetarian. I just omit the meat or put in fake meat instead. But I would probably make 2 portions of this. One for my boyfriend with the real stuff, the real meat, and one for me without. So it makes my work more. And then I have labeling issues. We're going to have leftovers, and I'm going to have to label them very carefully. Bob's tamale pie, Carrie's tamale pie. Here's a spicy pork stew with sweet potatoes and beans. That's an interesting combo. I haven't seen that in a cookbook before. I like that. Farmhouse chicken casserole with carrots, leeks, and potato. Now, those of you watching on Amazon Live, if you enjoy looking at cookbooks, or the other things we talk about are we play trivia games, we talk about Lego and toys and other books besides cookbooks, and oh my gosh, gourmet food, kitchen stuff, be sure to click the follow button. Those of you on YouTube, feel free to subscribe. We only talk about cookbooks over on YouTube and on the Cookbook Divas Facebook page. We don't spam you with toys on those channels. Braised duck and white bean cassoulet. It is almost National Cassoulet Day, which I think is January 21. Let me look it up. I seem to remember National Cassoulet. Cassoulet is a French, January 9, I missed it. It is a French casserole made with white beans that comes in a range of flavors. And it takes a long time to make because you're slow cooking it for hours and hours and hours. And then everyone that eats meat eats the cassoulet and goes, oh my God, this is so good. Hungarian goulash, Moroccan fish tagine, or a spiced fish tagine with prunes. This is a coconut chicken curry with spiced lentil dal and potatoes. Let's move ahead. How about a jasmine brined roasted chicken with salsa verde? Wow, you're adding a couple different traditions flavors in the same dish. That's pretty cool. This is a butternut squash, corn, and bread baked with cheese and chives. That would have been a really nice Thanksgiving side dish. But it's also still winter. This would be pretty good now. Welcome to those of you joining us on Amazon Live. We're making meal plans, looking through Comfort, a winter cookbook. And now here's the winter salads chapter. I generally don't care for salad chapters in books because I make a salad every single day as a vegetarian, and I don't get tired of eating them, but I'm pretty good at just tossing different things into them to kind of punch it up a little and keep it different since I have to eat one every day. But sometimes I go into these cookbooks and see some interesting ideas. Here's a pear and Parmesan salad with endive and walnuts. Been there, done that. Ooh, that's pretty. I miss seeing the sunshine on trees. If I look out my window, everything's white or brown on the road. Just brown snow. Not from anything gross, just the road. Here's a pork and lentil salad. Wow. Here's a poached chicken and brown rice salad with ginger and lime. I assume it's that one because there's 2 recipes on the page and only one of them gets a photo. And I don't think this is the Spanish bread salad with chickpeas, chorizo, and baby spinach because I see cilantro, not baby spinach. I would like this cookbook to do a little better job of showing us which recipe is on the page. But anyway, they're doing a good job. We're now at the end, the indulgent treats chapter. And at the end of our live stream, we're going to be looking at 4 dessert cookbooks. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time looking at the desserts in here. Let me just pull out an interesting one, hazelnut cheesecake bars. Oh, this is pretty. That is a gorgeous photo. Whoever took that is a very good photographer. Yay. Rhubarb custard and crumble tartlets. Wow. That could be a nice Valentine's Day meal. Hey, Samantha, glad to have you back. We're looking through Comfort, a winter cookbook. And next we're going to look through I Dream of Dinner because we are trying to make our meal plans for the week. And mine is pretty simple this week because I am home alone for a few days. Oh, my boyfriend never watches my live stream, so he won't get mad that I just did that. I love alone time because I love reading books. And even though this is a fake backdrop behind me, I have a house full of books that I want to read. And I just started watching Andor. So boyfriend will arrive on the weekend with some friends because it is a Winterfest festival and everyone's coming to town. So I don't have to plan a lot of meals because I'm trying to eat up leftovers in the fridge, although I can often get leftover ideas from cookbooks, like what to do with them. And then when everybody gets here, we'll go out to dinner. I won't have to cook very much. So next week, meal planning will be more important than this week. I don't think I have to cook for guests other than breakfast, and my boyfriend will handle that. Here's a pear and almond tart. Samantha, what day of the week do you do your meal planning? Most of my friends actually do theirs on Friday because they go to the store on Saturday or Sunday, or they do it on Sunday evening when they're doing laundry and watching TV. They kind of plan their meals. I plan mine on Monday. I don't know. Probably because I work for myself, I can go to the grocery store any day of the week. Here's a pie. And let's end with a pumpkin and cinnamon strudel. That's a little bit alpine. That is Comfort, a winter cookbook. We're going to set this aside and move on to a big one. I Dream of Dinner, So You Don't Have to, by Ali Slagle. Let me find it in the carousel over here on Amazon Live. Where did I put it? There it is. Something. It's $14.99, but that can't be for the hardback. It must be for the Kindle, I'm guessing. Yes, the Kindle edition is $14.99. Okay. This is advertised as low effort, high reward recipes. Woohoo! That is right up my alley. I appreciate you chatting, Samantha, since everybody else tonight is a little bit quiet. Maybe we're all tired because it's Monday. So here's what's going on in this cookbook, and I need to get back to my window so I can see what I'm doing. Photographs by Mark Weinberg. Clarkson Potter is the publisher. We have a chapters separated by type of ingredient. There's an eggs chapter, and she teaches you how to beat them, how to soft boil them, or how to fry hot. Then beans, how to add crunchies, crisp or stew, pasta, olive oil, tomato, vegetables plus pasta, or chill, cold pasta. Grains, fluff, simmer like pasta, make mush. Ooh, I don't want to make mush, but well, maybe for breakfast. Vegetables, chicken, beef, pork, and lamb, and sea creatures. So there's a lot going on in here. I love that it's by ingredients. For example, who doesn't love breakfast for dinner? Look at this creamed leeks and eggs. She says it's to soothe babies and large adult children. I like her sense of humor. Okay. Stovetop frittata anyway. How to frittata your eggs. Green eggs and ham quesadilla. Here's a bacon chili frittata. Frittata. That could be an easy thing to throw together after a long, busy workday like today. Monday was, it was a bit much. I've been working since I woke up, since the dogs woke me up at 7 a.m. It is now 6 p.m. I took a lunch break for about half an hour. I've been working all day. The life of a content creator, but I love it. But I'm looking forward to getting into pajamas and watching Andor and eating my leftovers. Ricotta frittata with lemon crumbs. I've never heard of lemon crumbs. I like this idea very much. Those of you just joining us, we're looking through I Dream of Dinner. Let me know if you have any questions. I don't see any comments over on YouTube. Godmother's egg salad. I feel like egg salad sandwiches are so indulgent because they take so much time to make, and now eggs are so expensive because there's like a shortage because of avian flu. Oh, snappy veg with broken Caesar. I like her sense of humor. Flatbreads with beet yogurt and jammy eggs. Nice. Now we have eggs with smoky scallion oil. Good idea. A little bit more work than a weekday morning. Garlic bread, egg in a hole with mushrooms. That could be a nice weekend brunch treat. Takes a little extra time to do it. Crispy potato, egg, and cheese tacos. A fried egg salad. A croque Monday. Let's skip ahead. Marinated beans with crunchy vegetables. That looks very healthy, which I'm supposed to be eating more of in January. Here's a BLT stir fry. I like that idea. Baked beans with breadcrumbs. So I have a lot of beans in the pantry here because they're very useful, and I hoarded them. And I keep thinking I don't have enough and I buy more. So I need to start using them up. Here's one way I can do it. Chipotle mushroom tempeh tacos. Black bean soup with lots of Fritos. Yes, please. What is it about Fritos and beans? I love to eat chili by dipping Frito scoops into it. Not the healthiest choice, and my sodium levels probably go through the roof, but it's so delicious. Here's the pasta chapter. Ooh, what is going on here? Okay. I'm setting this cookbook down occasionally because it's really heavy, but that's good. It means there's lots of good recipes in it. 50-50 buttered noodles and greens. Now, you're probably not going to get a kid to eat this, depending on your kid. But that looks pretty yummy. Salumi butter rigatoni. Forager's pasta. Look at all those mushrooms. Now, I'm aware that mushrooms are pretty polarizing. You either love them or hate them, kind of like olives. And for me, coconut. I feel like people just love coconut or hate it. There's no in between, but maybe you're different. Those of you just joining us, we're looking through I Dream of Dinner by Ali Slagle, who has a good sense of humor. Here's a recipe for corn and spicy sausage orecchiette. Pasta with chopped pesto and peas. Here's cold noodles. This is the chill section of the cookbook. Couscous and lentil Greek salad. I would be serving this in summer. I'm not going to make it right now in winter when we're freezing our butts off. Chipotle tomato baked rice. Another summer dish because my boyfriend and I grow a lot of tomatoes. We want to use them up. This would be great. I don't like January tomatoes from the grocery store. They're orange and they don't taste very great. Rice with lots of herbs and seeds. Chilled brothy grains with soy eggs. I would eat that. I'm not sure it would be the first thing I would cook out of this cookbook. What do you think? Those of you just joining us on Amazon Live, we're looking through I Dream of Dinner. I better hydrate because I'm doing a lot of talking. Welcome. Be sure to let me know in the comments where you're watching from. I am in snowy Eastern Washington State. I'm in the Pacific time zone. It's only 6 o'clock at night. It's not quite dinner time. Dinner for me is 7. Coconut ginger rice and lentils. Ooh, so colorful. Smacked vegetables with feta and dill. Well, smacking vegetables sounds fun. I'll do it, sure. Squash and sage skillet lasagna. Well, that's an interesting departure from the ricotta and tomato sauce I usually make. It kind of looks gross, but I bet it tastes really good. What do you think? No offense to the photographer or the cooks or the food stylist. Fennel and radicchio with macerated apricots. Well, I don't have a way to get fresh apricots right now in the middle of winter, but I have some dried ones in the house. Roasted roots with green salsa. Another summery dish. Am I in a summer chapter? Nope, I'm in the vegetable chapter. Okay. Creamy tomato soup with no cream. It's for vegans and grilled cheese lovers alike. So instead, they use, what do they use to make it creamy? Tahini. Okay. Alan! Did you miss me? Yes, I did. You weren't gone, but I was, right? I didn't live stream because my town just had a winter wine festival. You can imagine what I was out doing. And I'm a wine blogger, so I was covering all the events, and there was food, and people were sitting in this ice sleigh and taking pictures, and I had to take the picture in the sleigh, and it was so fun. So I didn't live stream for 4 or 5 days because I was too busy going to restaurants and wineries. Oh, my life is horrible. How are you doing? I'm looking through I Dream of Dinner, and I was supposed to go see Avatar: The Way of Water tonight, but my friend didn't want to go, and my other friend never got back to me. So I do often go to movies by myself because I'm like, I still want to see the movie. But the thought of driving and finding parking in the snow in 25 degrees in the dark, I'm like, nah, I'm not feeling it. So I might sneak to a matinee tomorrow instead when it's still daylight. You drank about a gallon of water today. Good for you. Unless you were thirsty because you were telling so many jokes that you got dehydrated. That would be likely, Alan. Those of you guys on YouTube, be sure to Google Alan DeBay and go follow his channel if you have a good sense of humor, because Alan has a YouTube channel with how many subscribers are you up to? I mean, not to be nosy, but you usually mention it, so cool. All right. Next, sesame chicken meatballs. 129. Yay! That is great. It takes so long to build a following, and here's something depressing. So we have 1,500 followers, which is not a lot at all for YouTube subscribers. Maybe not that many people care about cookbooks, but the ones that do, yay. Only all of our videos that are watched, only 6% of the views are from returning subscribers. Huh? I'm like, what? How is that possible? That's weird. So maybe we need to do something different to get our subscribers to watch more of our videos, like adding end cards and all that stuff. Oh, I'm exhausted. But it's kind of weird. This one lady got mad because every time I look through a cookbook, I just mention, oh, I can't make this because I'm vegetarian. She's like, you mention that in every video. Well, if only 6% of our viewers are returning subscribers, then every single time I talk about it, there's new people. They're like, what? Why aren't you going to make this pork sausage burger? Because I'm vegetarian. People are so weird. You need to take a day and record 4 videos and release 1 a week. Yes, batch your content. That is what I did today with cookbook videos, and I was a little sneaky because I had this pink shirt on a lot of today, and then in the middle, I changed my lipstick color, and I put on a different shirt that could still go with this eye makeup. That way, when I release that video 3 or 4 days from now, when I'm back out at a winery instead of working, it'll look like I filmed it on a different day. Not trying to trick people, but you know what I mean? It helps to do all your makeup. And, well, I have to put on makeup and have a good hair day and then film. Tomorrow, I might not look that good. My hair might be like, what? And I can't film. So at least I'll have some content batched. All right. Woo! I think I see some tacos. Simmer softly, she recommends. For tender meat and deep flavors, take the pedal off the metal and cook over moderate heat in a wet environment. Think soups, stews, braises, and other spoonable numbers, but nothing that takes all day. Mighty meatballs. Pork and beans a la Grecia. Greek pork and beans. Another good way to use up beans from the pantry. Lamb meatball soup. And, cook fast and slow. Shrimp cocktail for dinner. Oh, that's a nice concept. I think some people would say yes, please. One pot. Thank you. I love one pot recipes. Coconut rice and shrimp. And I see some greens in there for your green veggies. I think they're, what are they? Green beans. I was just checking. It looked like green beans. Shrimp boil with Cholula butter. Woo, spicy. Spicy. Slow roasted salmon with chile oil. And that is the end of I Dream of Dinner, so you don't have to. Lots and lots of good stuff in there. Very flexible. You can switch ingredients in and out easily. Love this one. All right. Who is next? Oh, I forgot. I can't find my copy of Go-To Dinners by Ina Garten. It's somewhere in the house. As you can imagine, I have thousands of cookbooks. And last week, I didn't organize them very well when I got done with my live stream. I'm supposed to put them on the shelf in the right category. I was like, woo, and threw them in the room. So we're not going to be looking through Go-To Dinners tonight. But FYI, it is a whopping 57% off. What? This is a brand new cookbook from one of the top cookbook sellers, authors in the world. I don't know why it's on sale. The hardcover is only $15. Wow. That's only $1 more than, no, that's only 20 cents more than the Kindle version. I don't know. That's a pretty good deal. I wish I had my copy of it to hold up and show you. Oh, I forgot to move my microphone to the beginning of the live stream. It's a Blue Yeti professional podcaster microphone. It's on sale today. 23% off. It usually is on sale for some reason, even though it's a great mic. $134 today. Alan says, ooh, they have successfully guided a lightning bolt with laser pulses to ground the bolt safely. I love that. So they can save people's lives, especially those people that get hit by lightning more than once. You'd think you'd learn from the first time. But since this is Alan, I'm not 100% sure you don't have a punchline following that wonderful news item. I don't know. So next, let's look through Posh Rice. I just panicked because I thought I didn't have it sitting next to me. But that's because I don't. No. Oh, no. That's weird. I really want to look through this fun cookbook with you. Do I see it across the room? Oh, I see it. Let me grab it. This is very unprofessional. It's supposed to be right here, but I have to grab it, but I can see it. I'll be right back. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, here we go. Phew. Here it is. Posh Rice. Oh, I was really looking forward to looking through this with you, and so I panicked that it was across the room. I looked through this today on a YouTube video that I think I already posted. If not, I'll post it tonight. 70 recipes for all things rice. And she takes ideas from different cultures and flavors, etc. Rice is versatile, essential, and universally adored. She says, is there any food more used and loved the world over than rice? Yes, pasta. Oh, well. I like rice too. And I just got lipstick on my hand and I have to clean it off because this is a library book. This is by Emily Kidd and Quadrille Books, which is now part of Hardy Grant. Table of contents, pretty simple. Oh, this is from 2017. And it's types of rice for cooking, very educational part of that. Salads and bowls, soups and snacks, supper dishes. That's what we're here for. It's Meal Plan Monday. Side dishes, desserts, and treats. Alan says, next, my dream of being able to store lightning and power the world. But guiding the lightning bolt is true, not my dream. Well, you could power the world, but I hope you would use your powers for good. Although it would be tempting to use lightning bolts to zap a person you don't like halfway across the world. Don't zap me! No, you like me. This is Posh Rice. Let's dive in. I just wanted to show you the pictures that they're showing us of the types of rice. I admit I'm not yet a fan of black rice. It's too chewy and hard, regardless of how I cook it or mess up cooking it or cook it perfectly. It's kind of... So, first chapter, salads and bowls. Sesame rice bowl with avocado and salmon. That looks healthy. I don't know how they got... It looks like they took the avocado and either sliced it super thin or squeezed it through a pastry tube. I don't know what happened. It's kind of pretty. Curried rice. Alan says, I don't want to strike anyone with lightning. Oh, that's so nice of you. You're nicer than me. Just send a few on the first mission to Mars. Yeah. Chipotle burrito bowls. Red rice, radish, and pea salad. Red rice is something I haven't personally cooked with a lot. Have you guys? I'm looking at my YouTube friends and they're not saying anything. Alan is chatting with me over on Amazon Live. You can see the address below me on the little sliding carousel. Mediterranean tuna rice salad. So we're still in the bowls chapter. Chicken and mango rice slaw. I feel like that would be a good summer meal, but not right now. Roasted vegetable pesto rice. That looks good, but it would be a lot of chewing and you'd have to floss because look at all that green stuff. It's going to get stuck in your teeth. Don't eat this before you go on a date. Aubergine, i.e. eggplant, tarragon, and pomegranate salad. Another good summer option. Onigiri. We're headed over to Japan for a second. Italian meatball and rice broth. Heading over to Italy. Cheesy rice fritters. So when I looked through this on YouTube, I shared a story that I'll share here too, if it's not redundant. When I was a little girl going to school, every other Friday, they served us vegetarian corn dogs with this really good dipping sauce. We loved it, but then every other Friday, they served something they called rice patties, and they were gooey, and they put this weird tomato sauce on top that was probably just thinned out Campbell's soup tomato, and they were horrible, and we would all be like, oh, but you had to eat it because it's what was for lunch. But this looks good, and as a grown-up who can control the consistency of the rice cheese patty, I'm tempted to try these rice fritters, and it looks like this dip is more of a chutney than a disgusting canned tomato soup. Yay! Rice pakoras. Here's a chicken onigirazu. I've never heard that word out. I've never even seen that word. But it is a Japanese sandwich. Here's mulligatawny soup, which I assume is poured on top of rice that's in the bowl that we can't see. Supper dishes. Those of you just joining us, we're looking through Posh Rice, which is $24.17 on Amazon today. This is called Risi Ibisi. It is a dish that should be like a risotto, but a little more soupy. You should still be able to eat it with a fork. Adjust the quantity of liquid if needed. Smoked haddock kedgeree. Look at those eggs. That's perfectly cooked. Wow. One pot jambalaya. Who doesn't love a one pot recipe because of the easy cleanup? Thank you. Next, stuffed peppers. Mushroom, mascarpone, and truffle risotto. Now, I have eaten too much risotto in my life because as a vegetarian, when you go to a fancy restaurant, they don't quite know what to do with you. And so they're like, here's a mushroom risotto. Oh, yay, again. Yay. But going to a restaurant is a privilege. I know. I'm glad I can afford to go, blah, blah, blah. But I'd like them to get a little more creative, so I never make risotto at home. Here is a Gruyere courgette, i.e. zucchini gratin. That looks beautiful. Chickpea and rice stuffed squash. I'll have a no thank you helping. I'm not a squash person, but my mom would make me take one bite, and if I can manage not to throw up, then I can have a bite of dessert. Aloo gobi tahari. But Mom, it didn't work. I still hate squash, but I'll eat it if I have to. Beef and ricotta stuffed cabbage leaves. Alan keeps an emergency supply of rice and pasta. Yes. One thing I can't figure out, Alan, is I eat a lot of potatoes and I serve a lot of potatoes, and a lot of vegetarians kind of eat too much pasta and potatoes because we're substituting and we eat way too much. So I probably have 20 pounds of potatoes in the house, but any tips on storing them? Because I have them in my pantry. It's supposed to be dark so they don't get green and poisonous. But if they're in the dark pantry, then they're like, oh, let's sprout, and they sprout. I can't win. I can't store them in the dark. Can't store them in the light. How do you store potatoes? Because I'm tired. I can't go to the store. It's snowing. So luckily I have 20 pounds, but I got to use them up, and I don't want to freeze mashed potatoes. You can, but and I certainly don't want to freeze baked potatoes. So what do I do? Help. Are you a bit of a prepper? I kind of am. Not the crazy kind. I'm not moving into a bunker, but I have a lot of food in this house for emergencies. And I check the dates and rotate it out, and I open the oldest can of chili And I take food to the food pantry 6 months before it expires, and then I buy new food that won't expire till 2025. Blah, blah, blah. Spanish seafood rice. Love to hear if anybody watching stores a bunch of food in their house too and how you deal with it. Red rice, basil, and ricotta stuffed chickens, I believe. Because we don't want to waste food, and I don't want to spend a lot of money on food I'm not going to eat. But I also have lived through a 10-day power outage when we didn't have gas in the car, could not get off the hill because of snow and ice. So I keep a lot of food in the house. Side dishes chapter. Lemon rice. I might make this tomorrow because I love lemon rice. I do cheat and buy the Costco lemon rice, but they were out of stock at my store last week, so now I have to make it myself. Alan says, I have an onion that sprouted. I just threw away 2 little dried up garlic. Well, not dried up. I had 2 sprouting garlic bulbs. I used the other 2 from the package, so I feel like 50% of it got wasted, but 50% was really enjoyed. Alan says, my grandpa kept them in a cellar. Don't remember if that was cold enough they didn't sprout. That makes sense because my pantry is warm because my house is warm. My house is at 69 degrees. For your grandpa's carrots, Alan had an old broken freezer underground to keep them through the winter. Yeah, I don't have a cellar, but I technically, and I can't just put potatoes out in the snow because the coyote will come eat them. Challenges. Mexican green rice. Oh, I haven't had this for a couple years. Now I know how to make it. Spinach. Jalapeno chilies, de-seeded. They ask for 1 to 2 jalapeno chilies. Since I'm a wimp, I would just use half of one and call it good. 1 large garlic clove, preferably not sprouted like mine. A small bunch of cilantro. Flat leaf parsley, which I'm trying to grow in the window and it's dying. Hot vegetable or chicken stock, olive oil. Easy cook long grain rice. Salt and freshly ground black pepper. And 1 lime cut into wedges to serve. That looks so good. I think I will be making that this week. Cardamom baked pilaf rice. Caribbean rice and peas. Let's get into the dessert chapter after we're done looking at coconut, lime, and lemongrass rice. Dessert, roasted peaches with rice and milk. Or caramelized bananas and black rice pudding. Man, maybe I do like black rice after all. Oh no, sweet risotto fritters. I'm not doing risotto, but that looks really good. So that is your tour of posh rice. I must not have looked at the dessert chapter very much when I went through this on YouTube because I totally missed that. Yum. That is posh rice. I'm going to set it over here so I don't lose it again. You notice I don't have my usual bookshelf behind me with merchandise and books on it. It's right there. It's really heavy. It's full of Lego from my last live stream that I never cleaned up. And I'm going to live stream about Lego tomorrow, so I might as well leave it there. Okay. Next, we have a fondue cookbook that's going to be very torturous to look through because it's cold and cheese is delicious and you can dip vegetables into the cheese and trick yourself that you're eating healthy. Cheese is a lot of calories, you guys, and I'm not a calorie counter or a dieter, but I'm very conscious of what I'm eating, and I'm like, ooh, that's a lot of cheese. But look at this beautiful cookbook. Indulgent recipes for melted cheese, stock pots, and more. So probably next time I do an entire afternoon of shoveling snow, I will have burned off a lot of energy, and I will be able to make fondue. Alan said, I thought Alan, sorry. Someone texted me. I thought Alan was chatting again. This is by Louise Pickford. Photography by Ian Wallace, who did an amazing job. Ian, you'll never see me say this, but wow, you did so good. Ryland Peters and Small is the publisher. And the publisher does not send me books for free, so I bought this one for myself as a Christmas present. Yay, me. Classic Cheese Fondue is chapter 1. Chapter 2, Modern Fondue. I don't know what they mean by modern. Am I going to be putting acai berries in here or something? Cheesy melts. And then they're going to talk about raclette, which is different than fondue, but related. Oil fondue, That's the tricky part. I usually just do the cheese and the dessert version, and I own 3 fondue pots so that you can have cheese and then dessert and then oil, which I haven't used yet, stock fondue or broth, and sweet fondue. So they're talking about types of cheese, blah, blah, blah. We know that already. Mont d'Or with breadsticks. Look at this beautiful photo. Ah, they do such a good job. Champagne fondue. Well, look what I have sitting right here. A bottle of sparkling wine. Now, you know why I can't call it champagne. This sparkling wine is from Washington State, not the Champagne region of France. But anyway, wow. This recipe calls for pickled wild mushrooms. I don't think I've had pickled mushrooms before, unless you mean those little crappy cans you get at the grocery store, and the mushrooms are kind of pickled. Those are good. But this, I haven't had pickled wild mushrooms. That sounds incredible. Plowman's fondue. Now notice the portion size. That's perfect for one person. The big old pot is where we start getting into trouble. And queso fundido with tomato and coriander salsa. That was coriander the one that's cilantro also? Is that the same thing? Cider fondue with pretzel. This book is evil. I want to cry. It looks so good. I need my supper. Roasted tomato fondue. What? That's kind of off-putting to me because I don't like squash, and it looks like butternut squash fondue, which I'll do the soup. But that's roasted tomatoes. It's such an orange. I don't know. Would you eat that? It can't taste bad. It must be good if you like tomatoes. Blue cheese fondue with walnut grissini. And again, I don't think I have time to make grissini at home when you can just, there's a gourmet food store that's a 50-second drive from my house where I could just go buy grissini. But look how good that looks. Are they putting, no, grapes. Oh, grapes. Fonduta. Porcini fonduta, i.e. mushrooms, yum. I'm going to start skipping ahead because I can't be here all day, but Comté cheese with caramelized chestnuts, raisins, and hazelnuts. I haven't tried caramelizing chestnuts yet. That's a good idea. Cheddar Calvados fondue. I have a bottle of Calvados in the house. It's kind of like an apple cider brandy. It's more of a, is it more of a liquor than a wine? I think so. I think it's a brandy. Yeah. So I see apple rusty. I think I see some bacon on top for serving. Here's okay, I do not know how to pronounce this. Bear with me. Reblochon Pithivier or Pithivier with spiced blueberry relish. I have no idea what that is. It looks gooey and delicious. We are looking through the Fondue and Raclette Torturous Cookbook. The Ultimate Cheese Toasty with bread and butter pickles. That's very melting and drippy. They're using Gruyere, creme fraiche, Dijon mustard, and good quality cooked ham. Bacon, lobster, and tomato toasty. This is changing my plans of eating leftovers for dinner. Now I want a grilled cheese sandwich of some sort, but I had a grilled cheese sandwich for dinner last night. Okay. Classic raclette. We're going to learn about the history in this. It's an essential experience for all cheese lovers. Halloumi and fattoush salad with crispy flatbreads. Dulce latte and sweet potato salad with caramelized pecans to go along with your fondue. Goat's cheese bruschetta with roasted beetroot, i.e. beets. So this is getting you some fiber and veggies so you don't just have a horrible gut from eating just cheese all day. Taleggio and roasted vegetable wraps. Let me know if I'm going too fast or you want me to slow down on a page. Bruleed summer berries with feta. This looks like something you could cook outdoors over your, not your fire pit because you don't want to have propane all over your food, but if you had a wood fire. Oil fondue. This is the chapter I need to read because I'm not so sure about oil and broth. But out of the blue, we suddenly have a Southern chicken burgers, which has nothing to do with oil, so I'm confused. But they come with cabbage and lime slaw. Yay! Chicken and duck fondue. Burmese-style spiced pork with sweet garlic sauce. I'm going to peek at the garlic sauce recipe because I could put that over my tofu that I'm eating because I'm vegetarian. This is street food in Myanmar, previously known as Burma. As with all Far East Asian cities, is where you really get a taste for a country's cuisine. Yes, sweet garlic sauce. Japanese beef, but with miso hollandaise and Japanese pickles. I wouldn't have thought of that as fondue, but okay. Here's a poached Chinese chicken with bok choy and crispy shallots. Those of you just joining us, we're looking through fondue and raclette. By the way, for those of you that follow us, we will have trivia nights returning. I think I have figured out my nighttime lighting issues that was just making it, it's a little difficult because I want you to be able to see what I'm doing and the products. But if my ring light is too bright in my face, I can't see to read the cards. But tonight I'm seeming to be able to see this. So I might have figured it out. I added a third light. This is lobster and sole in anise scented court bouillon. So this is one of the broth fondues. Anise is licoricey. I don't like it. Okay, dessert chapter. Woo, here we go. Sweet fondue. Baba buns with caramelized orange sauce. This is from, a rum baba, a brioche-like dessert soaked in rum, is a French classic. How about donuts with salted bourbon caramel? Now you're speaking my language, and you're dipping it into the caramel. Yum. I want that right now. Bitter chocolate fondue with churros. Classic combination. That is the fondue and raclette cookbook. I bought this for myself for my Christmas present. I haven't made anything out of it yet because I've been too busy covering a wine festival and working. Darn work. Good thing I love what I do. Okay. What's next? I think we've done all the dinner cookbooks, and now we're going to look at some desserts. So I checked this Milk Bar All About Cookies book out from the library because I don't own it yet. Got to decide. It's by Christina Tosi of Milk Bar. She's written several cookbooks. They're big hits. Everyone loves them. This one's 13% off today, $30 for the hardback. Let's take a look. Woo! This one is kind of big and heavy to hold up, so I might have to go through it pretty fast so I don't hurt my back. Pep Talk, Prep Talk, Real Talk, Sandy's and Sammy's, bars, dense and fudgies, low bakes and no bakes, snaps, cookies that like to party, crunchies and crispies. Okay, there's Christina Tosi giving us a pep talk about cookies, showing us the equipment we need. This looks like my garage, except my garage is not organized nicely like that. But I have these same racks. Yay! For merchandise. Okay. Jelly donut cookie Sammy's. Chewy chocolate banana Sammy's. We're just going to flip through big chunks of this book because it's too heavy to hold up. Don't know what this is. It looks like little Petit Four bites or brownie bites. They're bars. They're mini bars. How about PB and s'mores bars? Whew. That is too, that's too marshmallow for me, but you might like it. Okay. Ugh. Step-by-step photos. I love those grasshopper pie bars. We're looking through Milk Bar, All About Cookies, for those of you just joining us and not commenting. Cocoa mint chip cookies. That would have been fun at Christmas too, because the colorful mint chips in there. Here's marbled chocolate s'more cookie. She's really into the s'mores. Okay. Oh, cinnamon chips. I'm allergic to cinnamon. Move on. Wow. Are these from the front cover? Kind of. Strawberry shortbread cookies. Yeah, they look related. Wow, I've never seen a recipe for those. Interesting. I like it. Look at all the sprinkles they go through in her Milk Bar bakery. Okay, snaps. I've actually never been to a store and seen cookies that look like this for sale in a bakery or store. Chocolate peppermint pretzel snaps. That looks really good. And strawberry shortcake caramel snaps. Jellied jelly. The dessert so nice they named it twice. Lemon poppy glaze to go on these bars. Ooh. Crunchies and Crispies. Crunchy corn cookies when you don't want a whole bunch of sugar. Crunchy confetti cookies when you do. And cutout cookies and go-to glazes. That is a brief overview. I'm sorry I couldn't pause very long. This cookbook is very heavy. And so is the next one. Oh, goody. The next one I have been dying to look through. Katie did a video of this on YouTube and a look through months and months ago. This is probably the most highly rated, lauded dessert book besides her other one, which is Dessert People. It's in, Dessert Person, which is 40% off today. So I threw it in the carousel. $21 for the hardback of Dessert Person. This is the follow-up by Claire Saffitz, super popular cookbook author. Amazing. Check her out on Instagram. Here's how you spell her name. Claire Saffitz. This book is 30% off today. It's $26 for this massive hardback of dessert recipes. Here at Meal Plan Monday, we have to plan our desserts too. Okay, so this came out in November 2022. I can't believe my library was able to give it to me because there's usually a very big wait list. This is by Clarkson Potter, another publisher that doesn't yet send us their cookbooks, sad face, so we buy them or get them from the library. The contents are chilled and frozen desserts. Doesn't sound very appealing in the middle of winter right now. Stovetop desserts, easy cakes. You had me at easy. Bars, cookies, and candied things. Pies, tarts, cobblers, and crisps. More desserts from the oven. Essential recipes and techniques at the back. So this is pretty heavy. I'm going to flip through fast. Ingredients. I see some beautiful oranges. A roasted red plum and Biscoff icebox cake. Wow. That's pretty cool. Here's a classic Sunday bomb or Bombay. Don't know how to pronounce that actually. Salty brownie ice cream sandwiches. Notice that this cookbook is very tall. It's way bigger than most cookbooks are. Woo, it's pretty impressive. Let's find out what this is. Raspberry or strawberry? I'm guessing raspberry. It's on the page before, and it says it's a grape semifreddo. And then I saw something. Hang on. I got to set this down and find what I just saw because it was pretty cool. I want you to see it. Oh, beautiful. Strawberry pie, strawberry cake. No bake strawberry ricotta cheesecake. Okay. There's some very inventive things in here. Here's the stovetop desserts. Puddings, crepes, fried and flambéed things and more, which I don't really need to read to you because the font is so big you can see it. P&W Wine Life and Style is in the house. Drop your link. Let us know where your storefront is and how you are doing. P&W Wine Life and Style normally is at wine festivals with me, but they are being very good in taking care of their boyfriend. Yum, I want that strawberry ricotta cheesecake. I know. Let's check out the stovetop desserts, like puddings. I have to make my own pudding because I'm a lifelong vegetarian and I can't use gelatin puddings. I could, but I refuse to. Tapioca pudding. Nope. When I was a kid, I hated tapioca, and I still do. That looks really gross, but I hope you guys enjoy it, and I like that they put little pomegranate seeds on the top. Remind me someday to tell you my pomegranate ice cream mishap I had where I forgot to take the pith out. I don't like cookbooks like this where the recipe's in the front and then you don't know what these are because they should put a little caption that says exactly which recipe that picture is from. Now this sounds good. Malted and salted caramel pudding. Alan says it looks good. To each his own, right? Glad to have you back, Alan. Thanks for chatting. The photography style in this book is really unusual. I like it. It's very muted. It's kind of like modern retro, if that makes any sense. Rhubarb and oat crumb cakes. I'm not a rhubarb person. It's too sour, but you guys might like it. Honey roasted apple cake. For those of you just joining us over on YouTube and Facebook at Cookbook Divas, we're looking through Claire Savitz's amazing dessert cookbook, What's for Dessert. Very unusual things in here. Here's a peach, bourbon, and pecan cake. I miss fresh peaches. I can't wait for summer. But each season in its own time. Molten chocolate olive oil cakes. What's this? Polenta pistachio pound cake sounds too healthy. I'm out. Can't do it. Marbled sheet cake. That's beautiful. And they're so fun to make when you're stirring the marbleization. And I have a friend who every day gets a marbled cake from Starbucks. And then she uses it to read a fortune. I don't know how she decided what symbols in the cake mean her fortune, but it's a fun game. And she posted to Facebook almost every day for years. I'm like, wow, you're weird, but I love you. Okay. Let's keep going. Salty cashew blondies. Caramel peanut popcorn bars. P&W Wine Life and Style has put their Amazon shop down below. She's not ready to live stream yet, but she has a very interesting curated shop with lots of cocktails and gourmet food and, oh my gosh, serving pieces and cute stuff. And wait till I tell you about the Tossware cocktail glasses that are recyclable, or they're not meant to be thrown right away, but you serve them at 3 or 4 different parties, hand wash them, and then get rid of them. I ordered a set in retro colors, and I think P&W Wine Life and Style needs a set too. They're cool. But I have to ask you first because I'll have to show you a picture because I don't know if you want them because the colors might not be you. Pastry Bianco with slow roasted plums. Wow. What? Wait, I thought I saw an iceberg. It's not an iceberg, it's a dessert. What's it called? A s'mores tart. Oh, wow. But it's the way they photographed it. It tricked me. Okay. Essential recipes and techniques is boring, so I'm going to skip back a little bit. Kabocha and ginger souffle. Wow. I've never seen a recipe for that either. That's pretty cool. That is What's for Dessert by Claire Saffitz. And StreamYard has a new feature where I have a signal that shows me how strong my Wi-Fi is or not. And it's not very good right now. Maybe I should be plugged directly into the router. Yikes. Well, at least I'm on fiber. That helps a little. We have 2 more dessert books to look through before this live stream is over today. Next is Gâteau, The Surprising Simplicity of French Cakes by Alexandra Crapanzano, who messaged me the other day on Instagram because I featured this in my reel. It was so nice to hear from her. This is from Scribner 2022. It's a newer cookbook. The chapters are The Simplest of the Classics, Apple, Pear, Berry, Stone Fruit, and Citrus Cakes, Madeline's Holiday Cakes, Savory Cakes, Chocolate Cakes, Nut Cakes, and Torts, etc. This book has illustrations, not photos. The illustrations are few and far between. When there is one, it's gorgeous. But mostly this is meant to be just recipe after recipe after recipe. This one's a dinner party vegan cake. This one's spelt chocolate and coffee cake. This one is a lemon mint cake. Yum. We have a nut cakes and torts, such as Susie's cake doesn't mean anything to me, chocolate raspberry cake, etc. I'm not sure I would personally cook out of this because I need a photo to know what it's going to look like. But people that are interested in food history or baking history are going to really, really eat this up. See what I did there? That is Gâteau, The Surprising Simplicity of French Cakes. And I'm all about simple, so I probably will try baking something out of that. We have 1 cookbook left. It's very big and heavy. I just bought it for myself. And it better be in the carousel. It is the Artful Pie Project. Yes, it is a whopping $39.95. I have not looked through it yet. I just did a flip through reel and saw some amazing photos. Denise Marchessault and Deb Garlic. Okay, this is huge and heavy. Starts off with a chair, ends with a chair. That's kind of cute, facing each other. Okay, let me get this book open. A sweet and savory book of recipes. Whitecap is the publisher. I don't know much about them because they don't publish tons of cookbooks. And this came out in 2022. It is new. I barely heard about it. When I saw it on Amazon, I had to buy it because I collect pie books. Chapters: pastry dough, cherry and berry, yum. Vegetable, I love savory pies. Land and sea, ooh. Apple, an entire chapter just on apple pie. Fruit and nut, chocolate, custard, and cream. Love to hear comments where you're watching from. We have some people that just jumped in on Facebook and YouTube, The Artful Pie Project. On Introduction, Artful Pie, Getting Started, Practicalities. This is a serious pie book. And they're warning us about soggy bottoms and other pie pitfalls. That happens. Baking staples. This part of the cookbook is always important, but kind of boring. Here's the doughs. Roasted almond dough. Chocolate walnut dough. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. Rough puff pastry. And now we have some recipes. French palmiers. I'm surprised to see this in here because that's not a pie, but maybe they're putting them on the top? I don't know. Precious scraps and what to do with them. Yes, that's important. A pavlova. Oh, that's not a pie. Okay, here's the cherry and berry chapter. I'm starting to see some pies. They're going to have a sweet Bing pie, classic berry tart, blueberry blackberry galette. I love making galettes. They're very forgiving. A quiltberry pie, blueberry cream cheese turnovers, strawberry raspberry galette. Sweet Bing pie. Okay, the photography in this is mind-blowing, for one thing. It's funny how photography has changed even in the last 10 years. I can tell by opening to a page of a cookbook if it was produced before 2017 or after it, because the photography has gotten so much better. And when I go to the library and I grab a really good, important cookbook from 2009, I'm like, oh, I can't. The photos are I can't. I will look through it and I will cook from it, but I won't show it to you on YouTube because the photos are bleh. Look at these cute little berry tarts. Speaking of good photos. Oh, and there's more pictures of them in the process of being made. Blueberry, blackberry galette. I've actually never thought of combining the two in the same galette. I've always done blackberry or blueberry. Cream cheese turnovers with blueberry. Yum. I want dessert so bad now. What are we doing here? I see step-by-step photos. Savory cherry tomato galettes. Yum. The step-by-step photos are very helpful. Pan-seared Brussels sprout tart. I eat Brussels sprouts. I enjoy them. I'm not sure that would be the first thing I would bake, but I love seeing the option. Potato cheese galette. Gorgeous. They've clearly used an egg wash and then some kind of seeds? What? I'm not sure. That's very textured. Okay. Mushroom and eggplant turnovers. Interesting combination. You'd have to be careful and cook it properly because it could get very gooey and soggy. Here's the land and sea chapter. I'm curious if they have a shepherd's pie. Authentic beef pasties, as the British people would say. I would say pasties and I would be wrong. Beef pot pies. Cute individual portion. A black forest ham pithivier. I'm going to have to look up that word and how to say it. I've never heard it said out loud. I need to watch more British cooking shows, not just baking shows. Deep dish chicken pie. Sorry, this book is really glossy and my ring light is making it hard to see for you. Indian spice turnovers. Fig stuffed apple dumplings. I'm skipping ahead to the apple chapter. Apple rugelach. A nutty pear tart. There's a chocolate chapter. Woo! Triple chocolate tart. Let me find something I want to show you. Custard and cream. Caramel creme brulee tarts. I guess we didn't see much chocolate. I kind of skipped. Sorry. Tart with sugar. A Grand Marnier souffle tart. Look how perfectly that's baked. I would have burned mine, I think. I need practice. A Gâteau Basque. Gâteau Basque is where pie and cake intersect. The sweet egg-enriched dough is mixed like cookie dough. rolled out like a pie dough and cooks up like a cake. Good to know. Lemon meringue tartlets. I'm not sure why all these non-pie desserts are in the pie project, but I don't care because look at this delicious lemon cream tart. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I bought this. The Artful Pie Project, a sweet and savory book of recipes. It is $39.99. It is not on sale on Amazon. It's very expensive. Very worth it. I'm glad I bought it. That concludes our cookbook look through for Meal Plan Monday. Thank you so much for being here with me and watching. Be sure to give a like and comment if you enjoyed. It helps the algorithm show you more of our posts, and it helps people who like cookbooks find us. My next live stream will be tomorrow. I will be chatting about all of the new 2023 Lego sets that just came out in the last 16 days, the last 2 weeks. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next live stream. And thanks, Alan. Bye.